Hello and welcome to part 2 of MS vs. Lynx for Chips Challenge. Today we're going to talk about slide delay, which is a Microsoft bug, I would say. So let's take a look at level 89 of the original set, Blockbuster. First we'll show it to you in Lynx. Get it running here. Notice first of all that I have to wait for splashes. I couldn't just go up and push that block. There's a splash. That's something you don't run into in Microsoft. The animation slows you down a little bit in this level. Or any level where you push blocks into water or into bombs, for that matter, because then there's explosion animation as well. The difference isn't huge, but if you're a bold player, which I'm not, you might find it annoying. The movement of the water in Lynx is kind of interesting. You don't really notice it as much as you do the force floors, but it is moving. Or the fire. Fire is pretty obviously moving. Animation is kind of nice. So after you get all that done, you go up here and you go through the... Now you notice that they smoothly move back and forth. Very regular. No odd motions. So if you're careful, you can get through each of them fairly easily. Of course, this side's even easier. Sometimes I don't go quite as fast as I could, just because I want to make sure I've got my timing correct. Now this is the part that's always the hardest in this level, even whether in Lynx or in Microsoft, but I find it harder to Lynx because, as you'll see when I show you Microsoft's version, there's no real patches you can use. So get through that section, go to the bottom. And here, of course, instead of missing the blocks, you want to use the blocks. So that takes a little timing and a little finesse, and I don't always get it on the first time. As long as you make sure that the blocks go in the second and not the first location, you're alright. See, I missed there, that's okay. Try it again. There we go. You need all 4 blocks to get to the end. So go down and get the third one. You can already see the exit. Yeah, my timing's not great. I seem to have become a Microsoft timing person. There we go. So we'll get that. And then the last one. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There you go. And splash. And we're done. Now let's run the Microsoft version for you. See that the slide delay shows a little bit. More importantly, I don't have to wait for the splash. I still bounce if I go too soon, but there's no splash delay. This is pretty much the same. You wait for the blocks, push the blocks, and you can't really see here how the slide delay is working because it's much more obvious up above. Lack of animation in the water isn't a big deal, but when you play Lynx for a while and then you come back here, you go, man, is this tricky. So then we get the green key like before, go get the chip. I'll get the other chip. Okay, and now when we start these blocks sliding back and forth, it'll be obvious to see how odd it is. It looks like the first one skips completely over the middle sections. Now, as long as you wait for it to be in the middle and then go right after, you can get through the first line. Second line's easy again. You just wait for it to go by. But you see how jerky they look and how inconsistent they are. They don't go one to the next like you expect them to. even without animation. This is crazy no matter which version it is, but you can see how it kind of stops in certain places. If you can see that it's going to stop on the right, you can go right after it leaves, but just be really quick about it. It takes took me quite a few times to get through this section, both in Microsoft and in Lynx. Lynx took me longer just because it took a long time to get the timing down right. But you see how crazy flashing back and forth these go. You can't even tell if it's supposed to go right to left or go around in a circle. It's so crazy. Then again, the last one, this is actually easier in Lynx because the jumping back and forth makes it hard to get these the first time. The first one isn't so bad, but the others are quite difficult. Sit and wait for a long time and then still miss the stupid thing. But eventually I will hit it. It's crazy. It looked like it was stuck there on the end, and yet you still miss it. There we go. Got a third one. At this point I'm going to stop the video because it took me almost forever to get that third one. I tried many, many, many times before I finally got it. So instead, I'm going to show you what happened after I put the third one in. Down here and got the fourth one. There we go. It slowed down a little bit for me, and then we're done. So as you can see, the difference in slide delay in Microsoft makes it incredibly complicated, but in some ways it's easier because it does sort of stop in certain places.